welcome to the Double Strike Recap. Today I'm going to show you a 2011 Indonesian action thriller film, The Raid Redemption. Spoilers ahead. Relax, and enjoy the video. The film begins with Rama, who is our main character. He did martial arts training very hard and physical endurance training. When Rama finished his routine, he met his wife who was pregnant. Rama gently said goodbye to his wife by kissing her forehead and said goodbye love for his wife and their baby in the womb. Rama promised to come home soon after completing his mission. As Rama walked down the hall to the main door, he met his father and promised to bring his younger brother home. The scene continues in the bulletproof car being brought by the new police toward their target. Rama is one of those cops. Their target is to take down the known crime lord Tama Riyadi, who become a legend in the illegal underworld business of making addictive drugs. For a decade, the Tama Riyadi building signaled threats for the police not to break it down because it was equivalent to the danger of losing one's own life. Tama Riyadi's allies and protectors live in the building, and they are willing to fight for their master. Sergeant Yaka reported Tama's bad news and said to his comrades to carry out their mission, go to the building and take Tama outside. In his final instructions, Yaka introduces two of Tama's bodyguards. Mad Dog is willing to break his bones and shed his sweat and blood to protect Tama, and Andi, the mastermind of Tama's underground business. They arrived, and one by one the police came down on alert. Yaka met Lieutenant Wahyu, who was waiting for them beside the Tama building. When the team lined up, Yaka placed himself in the first row and led his team in covering the building. Near the entrance, the team manages to kill one of Tama's scouts without being caught. Gofar, a building occupant, was secretly ambushed by the team. A confused Gofar reveals that he brought a bag of medicine he bought for his sick wife and claims he is not Tama's henchman. Rama asks for his room number, and Gofar says room 726. Using Gofar's key, the team entered the first floor and headed straight to room 104 for safekeeping one of Tama's allies. After they successfully cleared the area on the first floor, the team went to the second floor, and the others continued to the third and fourth floors to clear the area. The group splits up to go into each room to catch Tama's members. Some tried to escape, while others fell asleep when caught. When the team reached the fifth floor, they walked silently down the passage between the rooms. Sergeant Yaka and Lieutenant Wahyu walked first with the rest of the team towards the door in the middle of the hallway when they saw a teenage boy stop in front of the middle door. Yaka tried to stop him, but the boy ran through the door shouting, "Police!" to another Boy Scout from the sixth floor of the building. This action signaled Lieutenant Wahyu to pull the trigger and fire the rangefinder in his neck. Sergeant Yaka and his team try to prevent the other inspectors from signaling to Tama about their presence in the building, but Tama already sees them on her CCTV monitor. After learning about the invaders, Tama ordered Mad Dog to lock down the building, and she summoned two fellow snipers from another building to cover the area outside. One of the snipers shot at the police outside the building, while another shot at the window of the fifth-floor bedroom, where two policemen were guarding one of Tama's allies. The shot hit one of the police who was standing by the window. The other policemen were hit and panicked. This allows Tama's accomplice to escape and finish off the other cop. As his accomplices exit the room, he also kills the other cops securing the floor. On the other hand, Tama takes this opportunity to turn off the building's electricity and announces an invasion of Yaka's team in their place. He encourages every tenant to get rid of the cops by offering them free rent if they manage to do so. Yaka asked him to call their police department for a support team, but Lieutenant Wahyu refused. Yaka was confused by the act of Lieutenant Wahyu, who did not comply with his request. Here we know that Lieutenant Wahyu managed their team without the leadership knowing. The sound of a doorknob from the room behind Yaka and the others caught their attention. The door slowly opened, making its sound in the silence of the building. Before the police surveillance signaled him to stop, it was too late. Yaka fired his gun before the door fully opened. The small bullet that comes from the gun served as the light hit like a shooting star burning in the darkness of the pitch-black building, allowing opponents from the sixth floor to spot the police at a glance. This allowed them to start shooting their wide and long armor toward Yaka's team, who killed 4 cops at once. An exchange of shots between the two opponents takes place. The following clip shows Andi walking angrily toward Tama's monitor room. He questions their careless actions against the police. Andi thinks that the police can send reinforcements and tear it down. Tama assures him that everything is under control while looking at Lieutenant Wahyu on his monitor, indicating that he is the one behind this surge. Andi looked at the monitor showing Lieutenant Wahyu, then his gaze went to another monitor to the side, then watched closely as he spots Rama, shooting at the tenants. Amid waves between police and armed tenants. Behind the closed door, there was the sound of banging people running which caught Yaka's attention. He ordered the remaining police to back off and enter one of the rooms. After confirming, so that the room is clean from tenants, they lock the door by placing the sofa and cupboard behind it. Even after entering the room, the threats continued. At that time a policeman was hit by a bullet after walking towards the window. Yaka decided that they had to get out of the building. Therefore, Rama broke the floor using an axe to enter the room below and start shooting the tenants who are fighting them. The room where the police are now located becomes the target of furious opponents, ready to attack them. Rama opened a gas tank in the room, placed it in the empty refrigerator along with their explosives gun, and with the help of one of his colleagues, they placed it behind the door where other tenants had come. Just before it explodes, the police and Rama managed to get away from it, killing nearly 30 tenants and destroying no more than 2 rooms, including the one in which Rama and his team were hiding. Before the remaining criminals come to their room, Yaka, Rama, Wahyu, Dagu, and Bowo who are injured secretly escape. After learning about the explosion, Tama ordered Andi and Mad Dog came down to take control of the situation. They called 5 people to support them, but Andi wanted to do it alone. Crazy Dog refuses and orders 2 men to accompany Andi. 3 different groups of tenants are scattered around the building to haunt Yaka's team. The first is the Gang of Swords, made up of people who carry machetes as their weapons, now on the hunts. The second is Mad Dog's group with 3 other tenants, while the third is Andi's group with their 2 assistants. On the other hand, Rama and Bowo, who were separated from the team, searched for room 726, where Gofar lived, so that Bowo could hide and rest. While Yaka, Wahyu, and Dagu hide behind the small space between the rooms. Before Rama and Bowo arrived at room 726, several tenants came out to attack them with sharp weapons and a fight ensued. The last person Rama kills on the floor is a tenant with a shotgun, but Rama picks it up and shoots him instead. The sound of the gunshots is attracting the attention from Jang Parang on the 5th floor and immediately continued their journey to the 7th floor. When Rama and Bowo arrived at the door of Gofar's apartment, the Gang of Swords had already reached the 7th floor looking for them. Rama begged Gofar to let them in, but Gofar only listened to him behind the door. Even though he wants to help, Gofar is afraid to get involved in their fight. In addition, his wife also forbade him from entering. When Rama senses the gang is close, he pleads again until Gofar opens the door before the gang sees them. Upon entering, Gofar immediately helped them into a small space at the back of their living room, a photo in a thin wood frame that separated this small space from the rest of the living area. When they finally entered Gofar's room, they dug in every corner but failed to find Rama and Bowo, so they rushed out of the room to search further. Elsewhere, Andi and his 2 assistants took the elevator. Using his knife, Andi suddenly kills the 2 men in the lift and leaves them alone. Rama entrusts Bowo to Gofar, then goes alone to find out how they can escape. Rama is immediately greeted by tenant attacks on his way out and a fight ensues. Covered in sweat and blood, Rama walked away exhausted from fighting. He took a deep breath and tried to calm himself until someone grabbed him and pinned him against the wall. Rama fought back until he saw the face of his older brother, Andi. On the other hand, Mad Dog's group is chasing Yaka, Wahyu, and Dagu in one room. His 2 assistants chased Wahyu and Dagu, who ran out of the room, leaving Mad Dog and Yaka fighting each other. crunching of bones, screams, and loud banging of each other's bodies continued until Mad Dog choked Yuka's neck to the point of taking his life. Andi again hides Rama in his room, and they talk. Here Rama learns of Andi's whereabouts by seeing his picture on their board at the police. However, Rama is silent about his relationship with Andi as his older brother. Rama says that his main reason for doing this operation is to bring Andi home and be with their father. However, Andi refuses to meet his father, treating him as a disappointment. Andi got her strong identity under Tama, and she doesn't want to let it go. After talking, Andi went to Tama's monitor room on the 15th floor, while Rama went to the 4th floor where he met Dagu and Wahyu, who were hiding in the room. Knowing that Wahyu trapped them, Rama pressures him to help them out. This leads them to come up with a plan about having Tama surrender to them by going to the 15th floor, where Tama's monitor room is located. Tama knows on her monitor about Andi's treacherous act to keep Rama alive, so Andi is arrested. Elsewhere, Rama, Wahyu, and Dagu fight their way to Tama's room, pouring their power into killing people, including people in the laboratory, where addictive drugs are made. On their way, Rama stopped when he heard his brother scream from the hands of the punishing Mad Dog. He walks into the room, and the two brothers end up fighting Mad Dog. Elsewhere, Wahyu and Dagu managed to reach Tama's room. Wahyu pointed a gun at Tama, ordering Dagu to tie him up, but instead of hitting Tama, Wahyu shot his gun at Dagu and ordered Tama to get him out of the building. Back to the fight between Rama and Andi against Mad Dog. They eventually manage to kill Mad Dog by smashing a shard of neon glass into his neck. After shooting Dagu, Wahyu takes Tama hostage by aiming his gun at the head as they head downstairs. In their conversation, Wahyu discovers that the reason the leaders from the underground business sent him to Tama's building was to let him be killed, not to replace him. Tama is in his position and gets promoted. After realizing that he had been betrayed, Wahyu killed Tama by shooting him in the head. Then he was also going to end his life by doing the same thing, but the weapon he was using had run out of bullets, and this frustrated him. This allows Andi and Rama to catch Wahyu and tie his hands. Rama, Wahyu, and Boa leave Tama's place safely with the help of Andi. And the film ends with a scene where Rama, Boa, and Wahyu part ways with Andi, who has chosen his path. This also confirms that Rama failed to bring his brother back, and the film ends.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to get more video like this, turn on the notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.